$25,000, we got water up here finally. So no more water trailers up here. We're gonna freaking water the cows automatically. We ordered the 13 waters to go across the farm and couldn't be more excited. Luckily, the NRCS is paying a portion of this on cost sharing, so we don't have to pay for the whole thing, but we still have like $10,000 out of pocket on this well, so that really sucks. But we're out here pretty good ways off the road, and $25,000 pumping water at the top of the hill. Like I said before, if you guys have any questions on that cost sharing with NRCS, please let me know. I am happy to help. I'm happy to spread the word on it. They're not allowed to advertise it. That's part of the deal. So if you guys have any questions on it, please let me know. They are giving us $240,000 worth of cost sharing on putting 40,000 feet of fence out on our property. We're putting a well in. We're putting 13 waters in. We're doing some seedings out here with some warm season grasses. But if you guys are interested in doing any of this on your place, it's a federal program. You don't have to have it in certain states. You can do it on the state side also, but this one that I'm talking about is federal. If there's a timeline when they think they're going to be able to pay out on it, I can't get any answers. But the reason they're not paying out on it is the administration changes in politics. You know, Trump's in office and they've got that DOGE program, the Department of Government Efficiency. So they're trying to cut out all the wasteful spending in the government, which I'm all for. But the issue is it's a signed contract. It's a legally binding contract. They're not backing out on it. They're not paying out on it. So it puts me in a bind because I've made business decisions based on that contract. So I don't know how it all works out. And I don't want to get a lawyer involved, because I get a lawyer involved, let's say that I'm paying a lawyer $350 an hour to look into it, and then a week from now they decide, oh, we're going to pay out on the contract that we signed on. Well, then the lawyer's still going to say, give me my money, and then the problem's resolved. But I'm going to be out however many thousands of dollars for the lawyer to look into it. So I'm kind of in a waiting period right now, trying to figure it out, but hopefully something. We're possibly going to lose our farm if NRCS doesn't hold up their contract with us on the EQIP program. So the reason that they're not able to hold up the contract is our EQIP program, which is cost sharing on fences, waters, a well, and some seedings, was funded by the Inflation Reduction Act. Because of the executive orders, there is a pause or a freeze on the funding through the Inflation Reduction Act, and they're not able to pay out on the stuff that we completed or anything going forward. But the issue I have is I've already done a bunch of the work, already paid for the material, already paid for the labor, so I'm out all that cost, and I use my farm operating expenses in order to do those projects, because per contract I knew that I was going to get cost sharing refunds on the stuff once completed, but now that it's completed they're saying that they're unable to provide the funds because of the freeze on the Inflation Reduction Act funds. So I reached out to a couple different senators and Congress people. So I reached out to Ann Wagner's office. I have not heard back from them. I reached out to Josh Hawley's office. I have heard back from him, not from him personally, but from his office. And they are looking into it because they said that this should not be happening. The intention was not to take away the funding from the farmers, but doing the Inflation Reduction Act, cutting those costs, then it's also taken away from the programs that those programs helped out. So whenever I looked into the contract, I made sure that that funding was set aside. It wasn't funding that, oh, we hope it's there whenever it's done. I made sure that that funding was set aside so that way before I made these business decisions, I knew that funding was there per contract. So they're backing out on the contract because they don't have the funding. They can't release the funds. I'm going to lie to you. I wouldn't have had these conversations if it wouldn't have affected me. It just wouldn't have happened, and that's wrong. But this is eye-opening to me, and there's a lot of people that have opened their eyes. And I hope you guys take advantage of the opportunity that's here in front of us. There's a lot of people that are willing to listen to you now. As long as we have these engaged conversations where we're actively listening, we're actively talking to each other, we're hearing both sides of what's going on, this is where change happens.